How's it going, everyone? Jiivita here with another live stream, and yes, earlier today, this morning, however you want to look at it, they released, release 211. This adds all of the guilds and the new chat features. Ooh, I even have, let's see here, guild channel. Okay, so yeah, a little bit of, looks like people just playing around with the new guild channel. So yes, adds all sorts of really cool things. One thing I actually haven't tested out yet is that they improved how projectiles act underwater. So we'll definitely have to check that out. And let's see here. But yeah, I don't know, the servers just went down a little while ago for a little bit of maintenance. I guess some particular planets were crashing or something like that. And I guess there's my reminder to mute my phone. But, oh, nice. Already have 4 viewers. Welcome, everyone. And mute. There we go. So, yeah, I figured we'd just kind of have somebody saying I'm hungry in guild chat. Well, how's it going? Let's see here. Martin, have you also... Let's see here. Have you also lost all of your skills in the... What? In the entire inventory content? No, I appear to have all of my... I mean, I haven't checked my skills. I mean, everything looks to be normal. This is my crafter, so there's not a whole lot other than my inventory being gone. So, yeah, I heard something like some of the planets were having a hard time and they weren't being saved correctly, so maybe that has to do with that, like they were actually locking players to the planet so you wouldn't lose stuff, or I don't know. I don't fully understand, and I didn't hear that directly from the devs. It was somebody else commenting on Dave, happy update day. Thank you. Yeah, it's very awesome. Oh, how's it going, Damaged? And Nidarin, something like that. Hello, good sir. Have you had... Oh, have had a huge break from Boundless. Curious to see what's new. So yeah, we're gonna jump in here. There's also like new blocks. We probably won't be able to actually see any of the new blocks. I guess I could jump onto the testing servers and show off the new blocks, but we have 4 new blocks. Was it, it's marble, decorative wicker, a decorative gravel, and what's the other one? Oh, mosaic, which is kind of like a, well, mosaic of little tiles. But I probably should have crafted some of this stuff ahead of time, because like all of them need, like, was it super enriched bonding agent? Which I'm trying to remember where, yeah, okay, I thought it was crafted here, so it's not really anything that big of a deal. I'll finally have a use for shadow orbs, though. It does take 1500 power, but we got that down pat, so let's see, you're good. They gave me 2D debug. Oh yeah, that's another really cool thing. So let's see here, go over here, planet/settlement visualization. So it's like practically a mini map. You can't like zoom in and out on it. You can make the window bigger, which just makes it bigger, but you can now see all the details. Like, let's see here. So yeah, the white is the current beacon that you're in. Green is other beacons, so you can see like here there's somebody else's beacon, this is somebody else's. So this would be Kippy's area. That would be Zilpa's, my crafter's beacon, just so I can be able to change his specs. And this red actually is what's being counted as roads, so that won't connect 2 settlements together. And yeah, really cool. And if you move around with this, it changes orientation with you. So it's like a mini map for beacons. It's really awesome. Unfortunately, nice. So unfortunately, PS4 does not have access to this, since they don't have the debugging menu. But if this proves useful enough, they might incorporate it into the regular user interface. And so now we have like a little notification thingies right here. So they're color coded. So yeah, the brown is world. Boundless is kind of like system notifications. So like if something's going on with the guild or the world maintenance. Of course, there's an all. And so let's see here. Yeah, it just waved. So, very nice. Well, how's it going, Fire Hazard and Baja? No, somebody was asking if I lost my inventory, and which I haven't. So I don't know if some people are having such issues. Let's see here. Why is in not working? Oh, okay. I'm trying to type here. And I guess it timed out. Sorry about that. Let's see here. Exor Traction, how's it going? Is making AoE hammer so bad still? I mean, I don't think it's any that big of a deal. So, I guess it depends on your experience with the forge, however. Okay, I think I kind of got caught up on the, the chat there. But yeah, really nice things. And I was saying earlier, but I don't know if I really had very many viewers at that point, that they also improved how projectiles act underwater. So, let's see here. Where's the... I mean, there's water just right outside here, but... How's it going, Patrick? But I've already joined, at least with my main characters, the Portal Seekers. And so they're going to be kind of my primary guild. And as you earn experience, you can be a part of multiple guilds, like possibly up to 10. I don't know. They didn't call out in the patch notes specifically, but down in like the bug fixes, they mentioned like, oh, if you have more than the allowed 10 guilds, oh wow, you can actually like fight underwater now. That is awesome. So let's see here. Grapples. Okay, well, I mean, it's better. It's still not amazing for grapples underwater, but that is still an improvement. So, very nice. It's pretty darn slow there at the end, though. Better not drown. Let's see, your weapons are useful in water now, yes. So they did say, let's see here, the projectile does slow down entering water, which I'm probably not going to be able to see that. Let's see here. Maybe if I like, okay, jump. Okay, so that acted about what I would expect it to do. Yeah, I think I need something a little bit more range to really get a better impression of. But still, I mean, you can't really see that great through the reflections anyway. But to be able to just kind of shoot like a wild stock just went into the water, you should be able to hit them now. Let's see, I think there will come underwater live at next time. Okay. Huh. I'm not sure what you really mean by that. I think there will come underwater live at next time. Oh, like creatures underwater type thing, like fish and things like that. I don't know. I'm kind of grasping here. Let's see. Oh yeah, I was gonna make some super enriched bonding agent to at least get that kind of underway. So we just need a whole bunch of essence, basically, and some extra shadow orbs would be nice. I don't really have some shadow orbs. I haven't really just deliberately gone out and to get them because I don't really use them for anything. Let's see here. That'll at least get me started. Water creatures might become... Yeah, okay. That's kind of what... Let's see here. Well, that's coming from Patrick, and it was originally said by Martin, but yeah, I think that's what he's means there. Let's see here, what else? Oh yeah, I was gonna look for shadow orbs. Yeah, I'm still in the process of like moving everything and remodeling, so what would I have done with my shadow orbs? This is all my shimmering orbs. Let's see, are any... Okay, that's just orbs. There we go, there's some. Orb. And these are all shimmering. But yeah, the marble is, let's see here, I guess the marble mosaic and I don't know, the wicker's pretty cool as well. I don't know, they're all really nice blocks. The gravel, at first, I was kind of like, what am I going to do with gravel? Wow, that takes a lot for a mass craft. Look at that. 2,160. I mean, I got a lot of this stuff. I guess maybe I should start extracting more fossils, but right, that I mean, sorry, can't English very well. Oh, no, you're perfectly fine. It's, okay, so we need more of everything. Not a whole bunch of the vital, but definitely the ancient. Here, that's mixed. Of course, my crafter's inventory is a disaster here. Let's see here, I can get rid of these stones. Try to be organized here. And we can put the clay over here with the mixer stuff, I suppose. Oh, how's it going, Creeperistic? Let's see here. What was I after again? I think Ancient Vial Essence, and I still need... That should be, surely. Maybe. We'll see. Oh wow, we're still short? Let's go ahead and dump that in there. So yeah, up until this update, there hasn't been a use for this bonding agent. It's been presumed that it's going to be used for the really advanced tools. Wow, do I really not have enough Ancient Vital Essence? That's crazy. I mean, time to dig out all my massive amounts of fossils then. Let's see here. How do you create a guild control? So that is pretty simple. It's not that much harder than any other of like the crafting machines. And originally it was going to use, what was it? Alloys. And now it's like just any base metal. So it's a little bit of tech components, tech remnants, base metal, and then just stone. So I guess the hardest thing would be the tech components. But still, just 6 and... Any suggestions? Hi Jiivita, wondered if you knew the quickest way to get power coils without buying all the mats. Well, the quickest way... without buying all the mats. I mean, your first hurdle is going to be leveling up to a level that you can effectively use mining equipment. And then your best bet was, once you do have enough skill points to make a halfway decent mining spec, would be to then buy like some AoE tools, maybe some food to help support those tools, like the persisting pies to make them last longer. And it's just a shocking difference between using a single target and then using something that's breaking 9 blocks with the same number of hits. So, let's see, where was it? Oh yeah, I was going to extract fossils. Yeah, let's do the medium first. Oh wow, that's gonna like completely fill up the machine. Awesome. Okay, that got me started. Let's see here. Has your footfall stopped? I don't seem to be receiving any. So this update did change the way footfall is processed, and the way it works is the footfall you're getting is actually from the previous like 24 hours, if I remember correctly. So since the system has changed, you might not see any new footfall until tomorrow, basically. I certainly I haven't collected footfall in a while, so I'm not even on the right character to collect this, or yeah. Let's see here, you can get advanced coils, similar price at Jiivita Mall. So yeah, I actually did a Let's Play episode, when was that? Sunday? Yeah, and I found power coils at Jiivita Mall for 2,500, and there was another shop actually not far at all that was slightly higher, but that was just seemed to be the best price I found for that given moment. I think I've heard of maybe slightly cheaper prices, but the 2,000 and change area seems to be the lowest I've heard of, at least. And let's see here. Yeah, I guess I just have to wait unless I have some... oh, somebody's sitting. I was like, what's going on down here? And what was I? Oh yeah, I think I might have some vital essence or ancient vital essence. Oh, thank you very much for the... What was that? Oh, I'm being hosted very much. Or thank you. Let's see here. Been doing a build project and needing tons of them. Tons of what? Lowest I found as well. Oh, tons of power coils or... Oh, bricks. Does anyone have any black bricks you could give me? I think I have some black bricks, but not very much. And we're going to be using them. Oh, how's it going, Gina, or Gina Bean? I always want to say Gina Bean, but it's Gina. And, okay. Oh, way better than 6,500 or more. Yeah, that's not... I mean, that used to be a good price for coils, but the price just keeps going down and down. Because, I mean, once you have your coils, they don't, like, ever disappear or anything. So it's kind of natural the demand for them goes down, but... this here, that's great. I've mostly seen advanced coils for like 4,000. Okay. Could have sworn. Oh, is it? Might be actually in. Usually I have some ancient vital essence hanging around my extractors, but since I moved everything, gosh, there's no telling. So I might literally just have to wait. That's kind of crazy. I thought I was, really? There's not 2,000 some odd? This is only for 50, so yeah, these are pretty high-end blocks. That's a little bit crazy. So the price... what? The price at don't query even with the mates rates since still amount to 23,040 coins. I think what he's trying to say there is like the materials are more expensive than what they're actually being sold for, which I think I don't know. It depends on what you're basing your prices off of. The prices have come down drastically since launch, and which is kind of natural. I mean, launch we had really crappy tools, and it took a long time to get stuff. And now with the right spec, the right tools, you can get just about everything you need in really not that long a time. At least, you know, when you compare it to what it used to be like. I guess I'm still just sitting here in disbelief that I don't have enough ancient vital essence. But yeah, let's go ahead and get a guild control crafted. So what, I just needed tech components, which should be hanging out. Yeah, there's some. And I don't need the devices, but I do need, here we go, here's some remnants. Yeah, I guess we don't need, we really only need one of these. Oh, I still need some, we'll use iron, because I have like a ridiculous amount of iron. And what was the, oh yeah, and some stone. That looks like a nice ugly color of stone, or at least one that I don't normally use. There we go, raft. Let's see here. Excuse me. Let's see here, but it only costs 9 to make 50 blocks. Would you like some super enriched? Oh no, I'll get it crafted eventually. I want to make some decorative mosaic and some wicker to go along with my Lord of the Rings themed elven city, so the quicker I can get them, the better. Okay, that sounds pretty awesome. How's it going, Sampatek? Let's see here. Okay, yeah. Thought maybe I missed something else on the chat, so. And this shouldn't take, yeah, just a couple of minutes. Not bad. See if he, yeah, there. Oh, a trade request? Ah, are you gonna try to give me some? Wait, oh, I guess I do have inventory, but oh well, I can accept like one of those, but let's See, I don't even have anything that I can really throw down. So I guess I'll make some room. I mean, really only need one stack. See here, how's the update testing going, everyone? Pretty good. Just trying to make some whatchamajigger. Some the super enriched bonding agent, but apparently I don't have enough ancient vital essence, which is kind of crazy because I thought I had crazy amounts of this stuff, but the bonding agent does require crazy amounts. So thank you very much. Let's see here, who is that? Kasump? I have no clue how to pronounce that. Sump, maybe? Oh, nice. Got another portal seeker. Let's see, let's get out of... I think if I wave in guild, it actually says it in guild. There we go. Oh, nice. It actually like says I'm waving now, even though I have colored chat. So I don't even think that was in the patch notes. Let's see, if you want to see something interesting, come visit Shakedown Street at Legendville Center Hub. Okay, so I've heard of Legendville. Just have to remind myself how or where I saw that at. What was I? Oh yeah, I was gonna make a super enriched bonding agent. There we go. Wow, that is crazy. Of course, I have a whole bunch more of this stuff on the way, so... And might actually need to make... Well, I don't know, we have lots of fresh vital essence. I use that for forging materials reasonably often. And I think I... Okay, I don't have my extra extractors set up, apparently. Let's see here. How's it going, sweet potato? Okay, so the guild control... And technically, I guess I'm on the wrong character for this, but it shouldn't really matter. Let's see here, where to put this? Why not? Let's just stick it on the whatchamajigger. So yeah, right now I could align this to the Portal Seekers and use it as a guild control for the Portal Seekers, or create an entirely new guild. So go ahead and do a new guild. I don't know what to call it, because this is going to be kind of like just a personal to help manage my property, I guess. So I don't know, I guess I could just do Jiivita. Abbreviation doesn't really matter. I can change both of these later on. The guild name does need to be unique. The guild abbreviation does not. And right here you can see that it gives you, like, this has to be between 2 and 20 characters, nothing offensive. This one can be 3 to 7 characters. So, see if it'll... Oh, nice. It actually let me. And so now we have Coin, Endeavor. So you can have multiple guilds, but you can only have one primary guild, just like you can only have one home beacon. And but whatever guild is your primary guild, for every 100 experience you earn, you also earn the guild 1 Endeavor. And the Endeavor is then used for the guild buffs, which they are pretty nice. Won't be able to show them off just yet, but start a team, Jiivita. How's it going, Touch? Okay. But now I could come down here, click on my own name, and donate coins to the guild, which, yeah, that's a good way of, let's see, I usually try to keep 40,000 on this character, so we can do 20,000 to the guild, and then I could use my other character, or Jiivita, to get it back out, once he joins the guild. Let's see here. Hop over to Jiivita. How's it going, Toast Kid? Welcome to the stream. Just checking out, was it 211 now? Getting up there in the numbers. But just set up a guild Mostly for play. Oh yeah, I'm like way over here. So if you want to join the Portal Seekers, it's actually like open enrollment. Like you don't have to wait to be accepted. So here's the book and you just click on it. And of course, I'm already part of the guild, but there'll be an option to join and then you're a member. Of course, you don't have any permissions at that point, but that will be taken care of later. Let's see, where is the portal hub from here? It's embarrassing that I still don't know this town very well. Let's see here. I think it would just be wherever all the portals are. Maybe it's off in this direction. This seems kind of... Oh yeah, there's a portal that just connects. Isn't there? Yeah, here we go. Sure. Yeah, you don't really have to know the town. You just have to know the right portal connections. That's something else that they changed, is they kind of reworked how the portals load to eliminate a lot of kind of the unnecessary loading of portals. So like just kind of hanging out here, it might be like preemptively trying to download these worlds, even though I'm not looking at them. And so I don't know exactly how it works, but the engine no longer needlessly downloads a bunch of stuff that isn't exactly necessary. Let's see here. Yeah, request to join guild. Yeah, I should be able to switch back over to Zilpa and accept and promote and do all that cool stuff. Let's see here. So do you have to pay coin to be a guild member and get the buffs? So there's no way to charge people to join a guild. The guild buffs do cost coin, but if you're part of the guild and the guild has buffs, then you get them. But if the guild doesn't have enough coin to actually purchase the buffs, then it might be kind of hard to get advantage of the buffs. So that'll be something that's kind of interesting, of like, at least for the portal seekers, I would imagine most of the funds would come directly from the footfall of all the portal networks. So that's kind of a natural way for them to make coin. But for other guilds, there might be something like guild dues that are, it's a guild. You could set it up any which way you want. It does keep track of who donates coin. So I guess if there is some kind of guild dues that it's enforced in the guild, they could literally kick you out if you weren't making your dues. But that would be on a per guild basis, basically. Of just how depends on how they're going to do it. Here we go. So pop over to members, and here's the request to join and accept this player. And this is going to be like just to kind of manage my personal property, so I probably won't be accepting any other members, at least for this guild. This is just so that like friends and family, I can give them guild permissions across like all of my beacons that they might need permissions to. So let's see here. So now we can come over here and just like give myself basically everything. So yes. And basically what we have here, you can think of this right here as the same as like the beacon permissions. So we have builder, worker, engineer. So anything that's being managed by the guilds, this will affect and will override those guilds. Let's see here, there's guild aligned and then there's guild controlled. So this is for guild controlled beacons. And this is kind of like guild controls over here. So this person or this permission will allow you to manage the coin of the guild. This will manage the guild buffs. So you'll be able to start, stop, or cancel guild buffs with this permission. And then over here would allow this person to handle membership in the guild. So like, I guess accepting, well, we could just read it. Let's see here. Yeah, gatekeepers who gets into the guild, they can also assign or remove builder, worker, and engineer permissions. Okay, so they could accept people into the guild and set these basic permissions over here. And then this one is basically like second in command. He has lordship over everybody below him. So he can set these guys as well as these guys. And then of course this is like the guild director or the head of the entire guild. Interestingly enough, there can be more than one of these guys. And once you assign this permission, it cannot be undone. So good thing to keep a note there. Okay, so. Oh, let's see here. Hi, James. Got got a little distracted going over the all the beacon stuff. So let's see. I rarely venture far from the PS hubs. Yeah. So do you pay coin? Okay, so I caught up there. So James Austin, hey everybody. Fingers crossed everything is working okay. So far everything's working for me at least. Linkus, guilds, pyramid, scheme confirmed. Oh yeah, I guess, you know, if you had a guild that's like, you must donate 500,000 coins a week, that would be kind of crazy. Sampatek, hey James, it's been, or has it been a good rollout? James Austin's a few little issues. I guess that was kind of like the server restart earlier. Linkus, if you guild it, they will come. Build it, they will come. Sir Lexo, yeah, there are guilds now, and like I've been talking about. Yeah. Oh, hey, Dave Zeev, how is it going? I have some more fist weapons for you. I need to like head out there and drop them off or something. So people who have more than one beacon in an area, will they get taxed? I don't think so. There's like the only tax that's really in the game so far is on the trading, you know, the shop stands and the request baskets. So it kind of sounds like maybe you're talking about footfall. So yeah, there's no tax on footfall yet that I'm aware of, at least. Okay, so what's next? So we got Jiivita in this guild. Set the permissions. Oh, we could play around with aligning the beacon. And that's another thing, is I kind of have like a special project I need to work on later today, so I don't want to stream like an excessively long time today, maybe a couple of hours, but it's going to really depend on how the wind blows me. But I do need to get some work done later today on another project. Let's see here. Here we go. So yeah, right here, guild alignment. So now we have an option. Actually, there's all sorts of new options for beacons. You can come over here. There's a whole new options page, which includes deleting the beacon. And I've never been brave enough to actually click this, even on the testing servers, because most of my beacons are ridiculously big. But presumably you click on this and there's going to be like, are you sure? And then I almost hope there's like another, are you sure? And then are you like completely certain you want to do this? But if you're moving and you got everything of value out of your beacon, you can now quickly pull everything up, because before you literally had to remove one plot at a time. And this particular beacon has, where would it say? Yeah, 1,729 plots. Oh my goodness. So yeah, that would not be fun trying to pull up all of those individually. But let's see here. Marcus, hi. Have you already made some new blocks? What's your favorite? I've played around with the new blocks on the testing server. I'm in the process of making them now on live. And it's hard to say what a favorite. I guess the marble. I really like the marble. I've always wanted like a marble type texture in this game to like make those monolithic marble pillars, kind of like Greek or Roman. But then again, I mean, the wicker and the gravel, I might actually just jump over to the testing servers and show you all, because I built like this kind of mock-up of a sort of temple-ish looking thing. I don't know. But let's see here. So what new blocks are there? There's, let's see here, marble, mosaic, wicker, and gravel. And they're actually like technically, I guess, decorative marble, wicker, gravel, and all of that. And they're pretty, I mean, they use the super enriched bonding agent, which before now hasn't had a use. And it takes like 2,000 some odd ancient vital essence. Here we go. So that kind of caught me off guard. I wasn't expecting to need that much ancient vital essence just to make 50 of these, but then the blocks themselves only take like 9 of this glue. So it goes for a decent distance, and plus it gives you, like, I have a crazy amount of fossils. I just finally gave up on trying to extract them all because they took up less space as fossils than the essence would take up, so. But, let's see here. That's what I was asking about taxing. Okay, so Dave Z fixed a bug allowing users to exploit the footfall system to get extra coin, even for users with permissions, with careful placement of multiple beacons and permissions in the same settlement. Yeah, that was one of the bugs that they fixed, so. Mosaic could be cool for pools and stuff. Yes, very much. I used it actually as a floor, and it worked pretty good for that as well. And what was I doing next? Oh yeah, I think I was going to align a beacon and then got distracted. So we can align this beacon to a guild, and so I guess I'll align it to... I know I could align it to Portal Seekers, and then the prestige would count towards the Portal Seeker Guild prestige, even though, like, there's no real... Well, there's a Portal Seeker hub on this planet, but it's a good distance away. But let's go ahead and do Jiivita, and I'm actually going to allow this guild to control this beacon, and that way I only have to, like, for friends and family, have them join the guild, and then I can give them guild permissions, and then that will give them permissions to all of my different beacons, because, like, you know, this is Kippy's beacon over here, Zilpa has a beacon over here, and then we're trying to, like, build and do things, and it's like, oh, I can't build over here because it's owned by a different person. And so yeah, very nice. It still says I'm the warden, even though it's actually saying that the Jiivita guild is the warden of the settlement, but since I used my own name, it kind of sort of looks like it's still me. I mean, I guess it kind of is, but let's see here. What is it? Oh, settlements. Okay, yeah, so it has the, in brackets, the G for Jiivita. So you could tell that, oh, it's a guild that owns this settlement. And it looks like the settlement name got erased because now it's a guild settlement instead of just a regular settlement. Let's see, what was it? Whispering Grove. There we go. Let's see, if you align a beacon with a guild, does your present town lose that prestige? So it's kind of interesting. Like, I guess the way that I look at it is like your guild settlement is a neighborhood inside of a city or town, or you could think of like the guild settlement as a city inside of a county. So the overall county basically is still a settlement, and I believe your guild settlement prestige will count towards that. However, once you enter into the guild settlement, it then looks like its own settlement, and it will show up on the compass. The overarching settlement doesn't really show up on the compass. It only shows up if you actually come over here and look at the settlement. And so yeah, this is a perfect example. We have Whispering Grove. This is the guild aligned settlement, and then it's located inside Whispering Grove, which is essentially the old settlement. And as you can see, the old settlement, or the pre-existing one, is actually higher prestige because it has more beacons. It has Kippy's area, it has Zilpa's area, and so there you go. There's your answer, basically. That your guild settlement will still count towards a settlement if there is a larger settlement in the area. But you still maintain your identity. So I could come over here. Let's see here, where is it? Change this to, how about just Grove or something? There we go. So now we're in the Grove settlement, but you can see we got Grove located in Whispering Grove. So And that's what it says on the compass. If we come over here to Kippy's side of things, no, it still says Grove. That's a little strange. Yeah, it's owned by Kippy. I wonder why it's not. Let's try out. Oh, maybe she doesn't have enough prestige to be her own settlement? Let's see here. Yeah, current guild settlement. So yeah, it's being considered as part of the guild settlement. I mean, obviously, since it still has the other name. Of course, I don't have permissions to align this to the guild. Well, it's got 26,000 prestige. I forget. I think it's only, what, 10,000 that's required to be considered a hamlet or whatever the lowest. I guess we are a hamlet, so I don't know. That's interesting. Oh, how's it going, Benji? Trying to be the spelling police, but you spelled... Yeah, I figured I spelled that wrong. I'm a terrible speller, so... Let's see here. What's actually considered Whispering Grove, then? Because this guy looks like he's still part of the current... What? Oh, did he tore down his building? Really? Interesting. Let's see, it was called Area 51 over here or something like that. Now let's get this out of, or make it smaller maybe. Huh, that's interesting. You know, looks like he pulled up at least some of his plots. Strange, very strange. I kind of figured he was just going to be there for all of eternity because, like, nothing ever changed over here. And it's kind of an interesting build. Like, had storage shelves as walls full of vital orbs, I guess, for decoration. Oh, that's right. There's a building way over here. That's by Sulfur. See if that's considered a different settlement. Here we go. So this is... Yeah, the temple of... I want to say Gaia, but G-A-I-A. I'm not sure what that's supposed to be. So yeah, this is the Whispering Grove. Let's see here. Oh. Okay, so yeah, all of this kind of red checkerboard, that's considered road. The red lines. Interesting. What do the red lines stand for? I guess it could be other guild settlement, maybe? Just blending together and looking like it's red. It's a slightly different color. Oh, leave me alone. Okay, so very interesting. Okay, I bet that's what it is. I was kind of curious, like, why doesn't it say other settlement, and that's because even though this is just the Grove settlement, it's still part of the overarching Whispering Grove, and so that's why we have this current settlement, this kind of gray that's overlaid everything, because it is all part of the same settlement. It's just this part is sectioned off as a guild settlement. So it's kind of interesting to reason through all of that. Let's see here, current guild settlement. Okay, so yeah, the guild kind of encroaches a little bit on those beacons or something. Okay, interesting. So let's see here, what else? So we already checked out the underwater projectiles. Those are pretty awesome. You can actually like fight underwater basically now. We played around a little bit with the guild stuff. We can see what else. I mean, I could craft the guild machines myself, but I'm not going to be able to make enough coin to actually keep the guild buffs rolling, hence why I'm part of the Portal Seekers. So yeah, this beacon's being controlled. I could, let's see here, Zilpa's beacon I could make guild controlled as well. There is factions, which is like a guild inside of a guild. So the main use I see for this is like, you know, because if you come over, where is it? Like you come over here and it's like, okay, I want this person to be able to build for the guild, but I don't want them to be able to build on like everything. You can section off parts of your guild controlled beacons into different factions. Each guild, if I remember correctly, at least on testing servers, you could have like each guild could have 8 factions. So you could like divide up your guild property, so to speak, into 8 different categories, basically. Also, the guild buffs, like the guild can set guild buffs, and then all the faction get those buffs, but you can only have 3 guild buffs for each guild or faction, and then the factions, if they don't want or they want a different buff, they can actually override particular buffs. Like you have a builder faction and they want the builder buff that gives you extra chisel durability and block placement speed. You could override something like lava protection that they don't really need. The one catch though is if you're not if you don't have that guild set as your primary guild when they activate the buffs, you'll have to wait until the next time they activate the buffs to actually get the effect. So you can't like hop between guilds to like, oh, for the next 5 minutes I want extra grapple speed, and oh, now I want the build speed, and then switch guilds. You can't hop around like that. So which I can understand why they didn't want you to do that. Otherwise people would be like swapping their primary guild every, you know, hour or so to get a different buff or something, which I don't know, it would be kind of handy to be able to do that, but it kind of seems not right, because you could essentially have all of the guild buffs and just switch around as you did different activities. Yeah, James is like, it's easier to understand if the guild settlement and the settlement has different names. So okay, so what else? I mean, you could take a look at the chat system. So now you can actually talk to people cross servers or on other worlds. So at least for me, it seemed like I defaulted to the world, which is just going to be like everything local. So like say, shout, things like that, just in your immediate area. There's also an all, which just kind of, well, has everything, including like all of these system notifications, like Jiivita set their beacon to, you know, be controlled by the guild and whatnot. Have all your guild channels over here. So here's like the Portal Seeker. Wonder why it says crash test dummy. I guess that was, no, that wasn't the first one. That is interesting. Yeah, you're supposed to be able to, even from other characters, talk as another character into guilds. So like, say if I was running a guild and I, you know, my main identity in that guild was Jiivita, I could talk as Jiivita even though I wasn't on that particular character. Ooh, And so this purple means I have a private message. See what, oh, it's from James. Very nice. Hello from another world. So there you go. The one thing is about all of these channels, though, if it's not like there's the instant channels, which is basically like all the old stuff like World and things like that. The newer channels like Guild and the cross-world private messaging, those are not exactly instant, so they update on a regular basis. They update faster if you focus on a channel. So like if I'm focused on this talking to James, I'll get these messages faster. If I'm on something like all, then it kind of like round robin updates the oldest channels every so often. So if you're on this channel, you might get things a little bit slower, but the nice thing is if you look here, they're all time stamped, and it looks like this is like maybe UTC 0 or something, or European time, but they're time stamped, and the history is kept for up to 30 days. So if you're in a guild and you're gone for a few days, you can literally go to your guild channel and check out all of the stuff that you've missed. And I wonder, this might even be like retroactive, because I joined right at noon my time. So yeah, I'm even seeing things, I guess, essentially since the creation of the guild, or at least until it becomes 30 days old. So Linkus, question, what dictates the color of marble, rock, or gleam, or both? So each block is a little bit different. Let's jump over to... Actually, I guess I should be able to just go to knowledge and be able to see the blocks. Would it be just blocks, probably? That's got like all the resources mixed in as well. Okay, yeah, this is easier to just go to my crafter. Character select, Zilpa. So for marble, it's dependent on the stone. Gravel, it's dependent on the gravel. Wicker is dependent on the type of wood that you use. And what's the other one I'm leaving out? Oh, the mosaic. Mosaic should be dependent on the stone that's used. Pretty sure I got all that right. A couple of them I was like, wait, what? So I might have said something wrong there. So here's the decorative wicker, which is dependent on the decorative wood used, which kind of makes sense. But oh, that's the other thing that's really nice about these new blocks, is that a lot of them, or at least some of them, use some things that just weren't used previously. So we have things like tangled now being used. Gravel has a nice mass use, at least for the decorative gravel. And where's the other ones? Here we go. Here's the mosaic. So naturally for the mosaic, the only thing that's really even an option is the igneous. That's the other thing, is many of these require a particular piece of rock. So like the mosaic is the igneous. The decorative gravel requires sedimentary, but the color, if I remember correctly, is based off of the gravel, not the sedimentary rock. But I could be wrong on that. There was a couple of these when I was crafting them. I was a little bit surprised on the determining factor. But the marble is definitely the refined metamorphic rock. And where's the... Okay, so we have the 3 here plus the wicker, so that's all of them. You regret... No! That's... I don't know. I can understand that, but... You know... Damage is saying is like, I regret throwing all of my gravel away now, but I mean, gravel's used for things though, like purifying water and milk for one thing. It seemed like there was something else gravel was useful for. Let's get off of the block filter. I think I passed it. Did I? Here we go, gravel. Used for, well, decorative refined gravel, water, and milk. Okay, well, I thought there was more uses than that, but still. I guess if you just don't do any cooking whatsoever, then gravel's kind of a waste product, but you're making it worse now. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's why I have, well, okay, I'm a pack rat, so that's kind of, I mean, I haven't even done a whole lot of growth farming for shimmering orbs, and I already have like a ridiculous amount of growth, and it's only going to get worse, and there's basically zero use for growth. About the best use I've seen for growth is like if you go hunting and you like to build the defensive towers, I see a lot of people using growth for that because there's like, what else are you going to use it for? Actually, I kind of thought that the wicker, once I figured out that it was plant-based, because I just saw the texture on the road map, I had no clue what it was actually supposed to be. And so I was kind of guessing, it's like, oh, maybe we'll use growth for wicker. And it's like, no, it's going to be tangle. So, which isn't bad because tangle needs a use too. But, yeah, Chase does the cooking. I see. You could have given him the gravel. But again, this is coming from a pack rat, so I just like build more storage instead of throwing things away. So let's see here. I think we've covered most of the major things. If you want, I can jump over to the testing servers, assuming I don't see why that wouldn't work. You know, we can jump over to the testing servers and check out what some of these blocks actually look like in action. Because, I mean, there's no way I'm going to be able to get this stuff crafted during the live stream. I mean, oh, wow. Okay, the super enriched bonding agent is just now finished. And so we could craft... Of course, I don't know what color I'd want to actually make. There's a really cool color... It's like, was it vivid red, which it almost looks white, actually. Just a slight hint of red in it, and that comes from one of the new blast planets. Maybe I should just go farming for more materials. I actually need a lot more gold, too. I kind of ran out of gold, apparently, at some point. Did I pass it? Yeah. So we could do marble. That, I guess if I had to pick, that would probably be my favorite new block, but, you know, it's like, they all have their uses. Oh, yeah, that would be, Control 64 is like, ooh, growth would be a good fertilizer in the farming update, so, yeah. Kind of like, reminds me of fungus and kind of break down the soil, or just itself break down into fertilizer. So ooh, yeah, I think probably have to farm some refined gleam. I don't know, Kippy probably has some. I don't really mess around with gleam too often, so you told me to put my gravel in my portal and close it? What? Oh my goodness. That's crazy. Where are the helixes made? So the guild buff machines are made in the workbench. Along with pretty much all of the... Yeah, all of the machines are made in the workbench. So here we go. So yeah, we have the defeat insurance helix, builder's buff helix, grapple and run helix. That's probably my favorite right there. Lava protection helix. I don't know, that's a kind of a close second there. But so each one of these will have 3 different strengths. That there's actually 5 in total, but each one, depending on how, like, you know, not all guild buffs are kind of created equal, so to speak. So, you know, while the defeat insurance might have a greater mega and super ranks, the builder buff might have minor, lesser, and greater, or something like that. And each guild can only have one of the 5 ranks. So if you have like a mega buff, you can't take another mega buff from another guild buff helix, basically. So, and interestingly enough, I guess people complain that these were too easy to make. So like this lava insurance, like, I mean, look at that. That's really not that big a deal. It's ancient tech remnant, some refined iron, stone, some volatile blood. So the machines themselves, or the helixes, are pretty easy to make. However, if you want something greater than just the basic buff for the first rank, you'll actually, there's now, here we go, helix power coils. And thankfully, these are kind of generic. They'll work on any of the helixes. So I know like the most powerful buff will require 800 power, which only requires 8 of these helixes, but then the middle one I'm not 100% sure on. But as you can see, that takes, let's see here, 8 of every single gem, tech devices, oh, and refined titanium. So that's not too bad. I could probably actually manage that myself, but considering these cost coin to power the buffs as well as Endeavor, yeah, I wouldn't be able. Oh wow, 6,800 power to be able to craft these as well. That is crazy. So that is now the highest power requiring recipe in the game that I'm aware of, at least. That's, you know, what, we're 400 power away from the maximum total that a machine can even possibly have. So yeah, definitely, you know, this is designed for a guild to come together and pool these resources, not so much for an individual to do it. But oh yeah, so Dave Z is commenting, is like, or leaves you can turn into fertilizer like in real life. So, but I think, let's see here. Yeah, I guess I'll just go ahead and jump over to the testing servers and we can actually kind of look at some of the different stuff that's already made there. So, let's see here, quit. You'll probably see, what are we on? Game, yeah. You'll probably just see a lovely splash screen for a little bit. Let's see here. Go to library. And yeah, you can see this, I guess. So, just right click on Boundless, go to Properties, Betas, and opt into the Testing Unstable Feature Development. If you're unfamiliar how to do this, and then play. Wow, if it downloaded something that was super fast, it might have been just like already downloaded or something. So. Let's see here. Come on. There you go. I was like, why isn't it showing the game? Oh. Someone's trying to private message me on Discord for some reason. What is this about? Interesting. I'll have to check that out later. Not sure what that's all about, but let's see here. Was that Liam Turner? I'm not sure how the farming update will benefit the players at the moment, as they nerfed gathering and drop rates when placed by a player, so I'm not sure how I feel about the farming update. At least with the farming update, what I don't really think they're going to. I think they'll be adding new resources basically to farming. I guess they could allow you to farm some of the pre-existing resources as well, but I think it'll mostly be like new resources used for other things. But that's just pure speculation. They did make mentions like, oh, don't expect the normal stuff like carrots and cabbage and things like that. So they're going to be boundless-fied type resources anyway. So I imagine definitely some of it will be used for foods. They could add like new types of foods, or, but you know, it's really up to them and how, excuse me, and how they want to do it. But I would expect, you know, some of it to be used for food and some of it to be used for basically non-food related items. But Should we get more saltpeter per boulder since it can take 15 plus minutes to find one? Well, somebody actually suggested to me not that long ago you can basically farm saltpeter by digging up gravel. So if you go to like Serpent Serendi and find a nice gravel field and dig it up, you should be able, I haven't tried it out myself, you should be able to get a decent amount of gravel really quickly. So this is a kind of like a mock building that I built purely out of the new blocks just for fun, for no real apparent reason. I don't exactly recommend doing this, but we have the wicker right here. I would have normally used like gold for this, but instead I just used a gold type color. What color is this, I wonder? I might still have vivid mustard. And I did make sure for this particular building to use colors that are available in the actual live version of the game. Since I can like give myself all of the colors, there's certain colors that just aren't possible. But the walls, as you can see, are made out of the decorative gravel. We have the mosaic for the floor here. Kind of made this it was like, oh, what if I put like a dark crystal? And of course, none of this is really crystalline. So I was like, hey, let's use the gravel. Why not? Oh, how's it going, Disarmed Soldier? And have some more of the marble here. This is from that blast planet I was talking about. It's like a vivid red, and as you can see, it mostly looks white. It just has a really subtle red hue to it. And if you put kind of the right lighting conditions with it, you can make it look a little bit more white. So if you put something like maybe a cool blue gleam lantern up there, it'll kind of balance out that red. And kind of, I started off making, it's like, oh, I want to make these monolithic pillars, and I just had a whole bunch of pillars lined up here, and I was like, well, let's actually build something. And you know, I just kind of slapped it together so it's not pretty from every single angle, but it was interesting to build this nonetheless. And has kind of some hidden lighting, so if you're wondering why it's chiseled right there, it's actually letting lighting from the floor come up to light these, whatever you want to call that thing. I just kind of started placing blocks and that kind of happened. And this is also some more of the mosaic. I was trying to figure out, I wanted something that blended in with the wall, but then would still at least, you know, catch your attention a little bit. So yeah, you can kind of see it from a distance that, like, oh, there is something there. It doesn't just jump out like this, what was it, warm mustard, or was it, oh, vivid mustard. So, and of course we have all sorts of colors over here. So here's the black, here's the pure white, which is unfortunately unavailable on the live servers just yet. And all sorts of different colors for got this kind of lime green mosaic over here. But here's something that James set up. So this is the grapple and run helix in action. And if we look at this, let's see here. Here we go. So kind of like you have like your single, bulk, and mass crafting, you have your minor, greater, and mega, and depending on the actual buff, these names will change. So there might be a different buff will have like super instead of mega or something like that. And again, you can only have like one mega buff going at any given time. But come over here and you can see that, you know, 160,000 coins. That's a bit of an investment, but these do last an entire week. So if you have a large enough guild, especially if you're running like a portal network like the Portal Seekers, I could certainly see this being not too bad to maintain. Oh, nice. So Liam said the chisel wall decoration has given me an idea for my build, so very nice. And let's see, it seemed like there's something else I was going to say about this, but as you can see, this gives you an extra 25 meters range on your grapple, as well as a 0.6 meters per second for movement speed, which actually that makes a pretty decent difference. I mean, you know, I don't have maximum, was it agility? So, and this kind of feels like maximum agility. Let's see here. What can we... Here we go. I guess, well, let's keep our zeal. What's something else we can... We can get rid of the hammer mastery for now. There we go. So, yeah. Zipping along. But the most impressive part is just the grapple range. And let's see, where's a good example? Yeah. I mean, look at that. Let's see here. There we go. So that is the range, at least for this grapple. I think this is forged, isn't it? So yeah, this has 54 meters, plus I think I have grapple mastery. Yeah, I have grapple mastery plus the guild buff, and that is... I mean, it's 50 meters range with just the guild buff and the grapple mastery together, plus, so what, that's 104 meter range on this grapple, which is just bonkers. Let's see here, can we make it over? There we go. But I think James was kind enough to dump a bunch of coin into the guild control over here, or just the guild in general. Yeah, 5 million coins. Very nice. So we should be able to defeat, here we go, lava protection helix. So yeah, when you're activating, you can activate in any of these categories here. There we go. So yeah. So if I wanted to put it, into this slot, I would first have to cancel the other buff. But this kind of comes important when you're coordinating with your factions. The factions can overwrite these buffs. They don't like cancel them out or anything, but if that faction, say, doesn't care about the grapple buff, they could override that buff, but then they might want something else, or might conflict with another faction. So you can definitely play this a little bit strategically of what slot does each buff actually go into. But come over here. Yeah, so lava damage reduced by 75%. That is crazy. So that's probably I like the grapple better, but the lava is pretty darn impressive as well. Won't it be hard to gain footfall because you lose a bit of coin when more people come through, don't you? Okay, so what Dave Z is talking about is the footfall has been kind of front-loaded a little bit. So each day a player can come through, the same player can come through and generate footfall. However, the first time they come through, they generate more footfall. And so what this was intended to do, or the way it's balanced, is that the less frequented areas will see an increase in footfall, whereas the really super busy areas like towns and portal networks, they shouldn't see much of a difference. So does that kind of make sense? It wasn't designed to nerf like portal networks and busy areas. It was designed to buff the quieter areas that don't get a lot of footfall. So let's see here. Artemis, hello Jiivita, been watching you for a while, just now saying hello, love your videos so much. Oh, thank you very much. And no problem. Really enjoy making them. So looks like we actually need some power. Okay, so yeah, it goes, so the first one requires no power. The middle one is going to require 200 power. That's only 2 coils. And then the super requires 800 power. So not bad at all. And so let's hit F9 and but helix. Here we go. Helix power coil. And yeah, I'm going to just go ahead and give myself 100 because why not? Except I don't have any inventory space. Oh, that's weird. Usually it remembers where I left off. Now I have to get rid of this. There we go. I'll get it eventually. There we go. Now we have our... Oh, trying to hit. So oh, okay, there's a helix on top of there. So the interesting thing about trying to use these to power a guild helix is that they only attach to the ends. They won't attach to the fins there in the middle, which I guess it kind of makes sense. So yeah, so this middle one doesn't have a place to actually attach to since it can't reach the top or the bottom. Let's see here, that's 2, 4, 6, 7. Why not? Let's use a ruby shovel to... It's all free. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. No! Got stuck in the bug zappers. That should be... Oh, we're still missing. There we go. Now we have 800 power. Oh, yeah, we want the mega. So activate mega. And let's see, I think it's this portal. And I'll need the portal epic. Do I already have that on another spec? Helps to actually activate that spec too. Oh! Now I need the distance skills as well. Oh yeah, it's one down, one more. There we go. Ooh, we have a visitor. Oh, James 22. So yeah, now that we have the lava protection, let's see, let's get a mega healing brew and just kind of, you know, go for a swim, because, oh. Oh, is it not working? What's going on here? Whoops. It lied! It lied! So let's see here. Ooh, apparently leveled up at one point. Not exchange, profile. Oh! How did I... That's... So I have a cheaper defeat penalty. Let's see, where did my portal go? That is quite amusing. I activated the wrong guild buff. Uh-oh. I got a fancy grapple. But that's gonna... Oh, yeah. Oh my goodness. Talk about fail. Let's see here. Well, how's it going? Let's see here. Yeah, I'm not quite sure how to pronounce that one. Rip. No kidding. Let's see here. Yeah, that should be good. There we go. Finally made it back. Now we can go activate the correct guild buff. But let's see here. Okay, it's not going to say there, but the defeat... Okay, so the defeat insurance guild buff does cut the defeat penalty in half. So, Jiivita day. Oh, Sarah said I forgot today was Tuesday, Jiivita day. Gotcha. So yeah, sure enough, defeat. Oh, it's the middle one. I gotcha. Oh, okay. That makes sense. I was just trying to talk about the how the power coils connect, and clearly was not paying attention close enough to which one I was actually activating. So that's going to be 6 right there. So yeah, that might be too deep, is it? Guess we'll find out here in a little bit if it breaks some blocks. Okay, so we still need 2 more, or 200 more power. Yeah, there we go. We got 800 power. Hop over to super, select the only available slot basically, and activate. I wonder, where did James run off to? I don't know, somewhere. Now, let's see, let's just kind of test this, like, there we go. Yeah, now we're only getting 164 damage, which, you know, you want to be a little bit careful with that, but use something like a healing brew that heals you over time, and you can literally go swimming in the lava. So, pretty crazy. You do still have to remember to breathe, though. It's something I forgot at one point. It's like, oh, I can just go swimming and not have to worry about anything. But we can literally wade across the lava now. Let's see here. That's understandable. Might be clear to go with the Boundless version. I hope you're enjoying the new content, though. I have 76-hour craft on Ancient Essence, yikes. So, yeah, pretty impressive. Of course, lava damage is based off of a percentage, so if you have like max HP, then it is going to do more than, you know, 164 damage, which might mean your healing brew might not be able to keep up, but certainly with the level of HP I have, it's no problems whatsoever. There's actually like leaves down here too in some places, which is kind of crazy. Of course, you really can't see anything. It looks like my healing potion just wore off. Oh, got a little turned around there. You can, there we go. Spitter just runs into the lava, that's hilarious. So yeah, for mining, especially like what, Alkion and Shadow Tier for rubies and emeralds, this is going to be a godsend. So yeah, you still want to stay out of the lava, but if you accidentally fall in, it's really not that big of a deal. Gonna build an under lava base. Yeah, there was, what was it called? The Lava Cube in early access. That was pretty impressive. It was like just a lava lake out on Natural, which, you know, there's lots of lava lakes out there. And I don't know how long it took, how many deaths it took, but they eventually, you know, sunk an entire, it was essentially like almost a portal network, and they had shops. But it was all under lava, and they used mostly glass. So you used just everywhere you looked was just lava, and a little bit unnerving, I have to say. But oh, let's see here. That would probably have to be Jimbot22 test. Hey, hey. Whoop. I didn't even know there was a gym bot in my guild. I kind of gave James permissions to everything, and he changed the name. Like, it was Jiivita 4, number 4 for Viceroy for the longest time, and then he put this Jiivita's king sign up, and then I changed it as, like, you know, James is king, and then he changed it to that. I was like, no, Jiivita. So yeah, he's been playing around with quite a few things. Let's see here. Who is... I don't even know who's in this guild. So there's James22. Jiivita. Okay, there's the Jimbob22. Oh, Jimbob doesn't have any permissions. Got some of my other characters. Is that Deva? Deva Min? think that's a developer. At least there is a developer named Dave. No. The real Colonel. Okay, so I guess he's testing maybe the all channel, see how long it takes to show up or something. Okay, so that's nice. There's even so there's a guild log over here that looks like it's more the system notification. So if you're looking, it's like, who changed the name on some sort of beacon, then come over here. Oh yeah, here's James donated 5 million coin to the guild. So, very nice. Okay, well, I think what? Went over pretty much. I mean, I guess we could try out, like, get rid of this defeat insurance. Let's see here. Ah, here we go. So cancel that buff. And is that, yeah, here's the builders. The builder's gonna need power as well. Uh-oh. No! Oh yeah, I got a grapple. Why don't I just use the grapple? Guess since I'm not too concerned about the damage, I can just kind of do that little number. There, that's 6, so that should be 800. What? Oh yeah, each one of these. I guess I'm used to... Wait, no, so that's... Well, that's 300, that's 600, so... Really? Six plus 2 is 8. Are they not each one doing... I'm so confused. Or are they connecting to the wrong... Huh. I don't know. Got me. Easy enough to slap more coils on there, though. Okay, no, it's hard to say. Shouldn't it attach that way? Yeah, it looks like they're all connecting to that. Unless maybe they're connecting to this grapple and defeat insurance. That only has 300 power on it. Oh, well, it shouldn't have any power on it, that's why. Okay. God, I thought I was like going crazy there for a moment. Oh, and we still don't have enough power either. Yeah, 2 or 2 or more, actually. There we go. Is that... Yes, finally. And there we go. Now we have the builder's buff, which is pretty crazy. Is it going to tell us? Yeah, so the 50% extra durability for chisels, that is pretty amazing. So what? We could get up to 80%. Wow. So I have to test that out. So we have like excuse me, the skill plus the guild buff plus a food buff. Could we actually get rid of or eliminate all of the durability use? There it is. So let's see here. We can sacrifice what exactly? I guess we don't need impulse armor. Got the durability epic, so that's going to be 80% right there, plus some persisting food. Where's... Okay, at the bottom. So there's the persisting pie. Probably have to make some room in my inventory. Yep. Here we can get rid of the partially damaged chisels. There we go. You could build a Death Star in 10 minutes. Okay, so let's get a fresh chisel. I guess it doesn't really matter. Do an iron bevel. I guess we already had some. I think those are those changing? Okay. Thought they would be changing, but okay, so knew it was too good to be true. I did eat the buff, right? Yeah, I got the buff down there. But so I've only used this. Okay. Look at that. We've used it twice and it still says 800 durability. Oh, thank you very much for the host there, Raven something or another. There we go. So, what was that? That was another, so 5 hits it finally showed the durability going down. Got some more. Okay, so doing some more testing down there, I guess. Oh, thank you very much for the follow, Raven. Okay, so you can't have like pure indestructible chisels, but still, cutting that durability use in half is, yeah, that's going to help those last a lot longer, and oh, this is going to be crazy. Unless, you know, I guess they could have changed it since the last time I've tried this, but the block placement speed is a little bit ridiculous. How's my dexterity doing? Usually I have, yeah, I have maximum dexterity, so that is crazy. So theoretically there is a cap somewhere, so I could probably actually get rid of some dexterity and still have this insane speed. But let's see here. Yeah, it's like you can hardly even place one block at a time. I think, yeah, okay, if I just like really concentrate, I can get one block to place, but that's pretty crazy. Let's see here. Kind of the intention of these are so you can save skill points. So say if you're a builder, you could even just unlearn some dexterity and put those points somewhere else. And let's see. This will probably be a lot. Oh wow, that is a incredible difference. So you definitely want maybe some dexterity. Let's see what half dexterity is like. Wow, okay. Yeah, there's like some synergy going on there for sure. But yeah, I can reliably at least place one block now, so. Oh, this would be really handy for like building the towers, maybe for the hunts as well. I didn't even think of that. Actually, I think it was maybe last stream one of my viewers brought it up. Pretty crazy. Okay. Let's see here. I'm trying to think if there's anything. I think that's kind of basically the major highlights. Got our marble, mosaic, gravel, wicker, awesome new blocks. Went over the guild buffs and kind of the ins and outs of the guilds. Kind of, oh, we glazed over the chat system. It's pretty awesome. Oh. What are you gasping at, Control 64? Just the blocks placement speed, or? Yeah. Okay, well, I think maybe you'll just go over and do something kind of whatever. Any particular requests? I could certainly work on my home, maybe drop that crystal down that I need to drop down, and I don't know, shuffling inventory around, that kind of sounds perfectly boring. I wonder, there's usually not a hunt on Tuesdays though. Let's see here. I can find the right... Oh, looks like maybe there actually is today at, well, what is that? That's not really, I guess that's not a hunt. Okay, so yeah, there was a hunt. It's like 45 minutes into it already. Let's see here. We could do a hunt if you want guild points. And what is that? Contos, hello, is the game worth $40? It seems really expensive. Well, you know, that's kind of a personal what you enjoy playing, basically. So if you enjoy games like Minecraft and other block builders, I would say that this is definitely worth $40. But if you're on the fence a little bit, every once in a while the game does go on sale. Like it went on sale for the winter sale on Steam, and but just random times throughout the year, not so much. But you know, what's so amazing about this game is that, I don't know, it's like, where to even begin? I mean, for one thing, there's grapples. So you could like shoot yourself all over the place like Tarzan, hopefully not crashing into trees, but that's kind of usually one of the things I end up doing. Each planet is its own server, basically, and you can create portals to both connect places on the same server as well as jump to other planets. So yeah, this portal just goes to a different location on the same planet, and this is just kind of like test servers, so it's a little bit junky looking. But then this one goes to a completely different world. So immediately you see like all the colors are different. We now have lava instead of water. And yeah, so different colors for each planet. Different planets will specialize in different resources. So you'll start off on a really easy planet, gathering basic resources, and you'll soon find yourself needing to go to other planets to get more advanced resources to progress through the crafting, to craft new things. There's a pretty, I would say, moderately in-depth crafting system. So these are all crafting machines over here, and it kind of looks a little intimidating because there's these power coils that provide power to the machine. But the machine itself is right here, and it's none of that, like, you don't have the crafting grid, you don't have to memorize shapes or patterns. You just like, oh, I want fresh vital essence, and here's basically fresh vital essence. You can use any animal product to create it. So that's why there's so many recipes there. But come over here to a workbench, and you have all of your workbench type stuff, tools, other machines, some decorative things. And but if you're like not into building and things like that, there are other things. Of course, there's mining naturally, but then there's also group events or hunts. And if you kind of wander off into the wilderness, once if you explore new areas, it will trigger meteors to fall, which they'll then fall. They'll summon animals, kind of like protectors. And once you finally fight off all the protectors, you can crack the meteor open for rare materials, mostly the Oort stone used to fuel portals, as well as some other goodies. And it's a lot of fun to get a whole bunch of people together and hunt these meteors, so to speak, because the more people in the area, the bigger the meteor that drops, the better the loot, the more creatures, the harder the creatures that come out. And but then again, if you're not into building and crafting and things like that, then hunting alone might not hold your attention. So kind of depends on your play style. So let's see, I recently spent a week or so making a portal system that works like the Asgard Bifrost. Very nice. If a metric of success is how much I lost my life to the then this game has done its job. So yeah, it's really easy to pour massive amounts of hours into this game. Let's see here. What am I up to now? I mean, I can blame a decent amount of this on YouTube, but I'm up to 3,467 hours played total so far, which, this is an MMO, so everybody plays on the same or in the same universe. And so PS4 players, PC players, they all play together. And that might actually be kind of a downside for you, is if you want to play basically by yourself or in an offline mode. Unfortunately, there is no offline mode. So you can certainly go off into the wilderness like I do and be a hermit and not build next to other people, but you're still online and people could still drop by and say hi, which, I don't say anything terribly wrong with that unless you just really want to be antisocial. So yeah. So Cantos, thanks a lot. I was watching the game for a long time, even when it was in alpha, but never took the jump to buy it. Now I'm seriously thinking about getting into it. Thanks again for all the infos. Oh, no problem. I don't feel like I really did it a measure of justice, but I certainly tried. But yeah, I'm certainly a huge fan of the game, but I try to be objective when telling other people about it. So. But let's see here. I think we've done pretty much everything to do on the testing servers. So yeah, I guess we'll kind of hunt around on the live servers and figure out something to do. So. Let's see here. I like the trading aspects when you can make trading stations, which sounds pretty nice. Oh yeah, that's another thing. The player economy is like, sometimes people complain that it's broken, but that's kind of because when the game first came out, prices were really high and everybody was desperate to get materials, and the prices have kind of leveled out and whatnot. So people are like, I guess they miss the high prices, but the economy is going really strong. I can go out, gather some leaves on a basic planet, sell them, and buy the more advanced stuff that I can't yet craft myself. So if you're unfamiliar, I do a Let's Play series, and it's on a completely separate account that's not as fancy as my main account. And so I'm kind of re-going through the process of basically making this, of like decked out crafting and forging. That's another amazing thing, is that you have your base tools here, but then you can forge extra things onto it. So this hammer has extra critical strike, extra damage, extra durability, so it lasts longer. And so it's this whole mini game of improving your equipment. And you can make some really crazy stuff. Like normally hammers would only hit one block at a time, but you can come over here and let's see, let's pull out some light here. And so this hammer actually hits 9 blocks at the same time. I could drink like a potion and make it super fast, or just go ahead and forge extra speed onto the hammer and do all sorts of really crazy things. This chisel in my left hand over here, it acts as a light source. So it has 12 meters light radius, and it has loot attraction range on it. So I pull blocks from farther away, and if I defeat a creature, then it will actually automatically harvest the corpse for me, so I don't have to go out and actually hit it. And There we go, there's a creature. It's like, usually when I need a creature, they're not available, and since I don't have a sling bow handy, I'll just use my hammer. But see, he just immediately broke into loot, and if I didn't have that on, let's find this guy over here. He'll just kind of drop into a corpse, and I'll have to like pull out a totem, or I could just shoot him with a sling bow or hit him with my hammer. But especially when you're doing like the group hunts and there's massive amounts of creatures, having a loot magnet is just absolutely invaluable. Not to mention if you're mining, it's kind of ensures that you don't leave anything behind. If you're doing like single target tools, it's really not much of an issue with that, but the AoE tools, every once in a while, if you're like off to one side in your tunnel, you could potentially miss a few blocks here and there. So the loot magnet plus, with the light radius on it, it's a huge quality of life, I'll say that much. But let's see here. Dave Pop, can you see on the test servers how much prestige the new blocks have? So the new blocks have 50 prestige across the board, which kind of surprised me a little bit considering all the advanced stuff that's required to craft them. Thank you very much for the follow. But they are talking about doing like a rebalance on prestige, so they might be just kind of pre-balanced, so to speak. So yeah, let's see here. We got a notification for guild. Oh, somebody's doing emotes, I suppose. Let's see here. Okay, so the 2000, that must be about the Ancient Vital Essence. So it takes the 2000 to make the bonding agent, to make 50, which will then make 250 blocks. So that's not too bad. Let's see here, and let's see here, and those stats are craftable option that you can add onto a tool or a weapon. Oh, the forging. So you can come over here and take a look at the forge itself. I have a tendency to get distracted if you haven't noticed, but so this is the forge. Let's see here. Let's go ahead, and that's the other thing, is that this has, I guess you could call it RPG elements, or, I kind of equate skills and leveling as kind of an RPG thing, but there's all sorts of skills over here. So you can make a build that's specialized for mining, hunting, even forging, which I'm getting ready to demonstrate here in a little bit, and so on and so forth. So let's hop over to my crafter, and see here. You can have more than one spec on each character, so each character can have up to 3 specs. So my main character, he has a mining spec, a hunting spec, and then he has like a utility that just has like the portal skills and things like that. And I wonder what beacon. That's kind of strange. I get this warning that there's beacon fuel low somewhere, and then I never have a beacon that's low on fuel. So it might be somebody else's beacon I have tracked, but let's see here. What do we want to forge? I guess we could throw a chisel in here just for... So when you want to forge extra traits onto an item, you just put the actual item into the forge, and like I was saying earlier, this is essentially a mini game. So let's see here. We can make a chisel that will change the block type. So like say we have a piece of rock, and there's 3 different types of rock. So we could take, the metamorphic rock and change it into igneous or sedimentary, which can be really helpful because only certain blocks come in certain colors, but you could get that particular color and then change it into a different type of rock, basically, to get the color that you want with the look that you want. So I guess that's what we'll do with this chisel, is make a changing chisel. So first off, I'm going to use some gums, and that's just going to help me to target the type of effect that I want. So now we can watch this, and it applies, and it'll apply a buff up here, but we could also just close it out and it skips the animation. So I'll stack a couple of these on here. And then over here we can apply a boon compound which is going to power up this bar, which is going to apply the boons onto the item, so to speak. It's the energy source, I guess. This is all probably seems a little bit overwhelming and complicated, which it kind of is at first, but the more you use this, the more understanding that you gain, and you just kind of have to play with it basically. And so we actually missed on all of these. So these are quirks. They're kind of like, they do good things and bad things. And then these are the boons. If it lands in this gray area, it misses and nothing happens. However, we still have all of this yellow bar right here. And so the effect of this boon compound isn't lost, basically. So I could actually use something cheaper over here just to fill up the last little bit. And so what it's going to do is it's going to roll, it's going to bounce around, and if it lands inside the yellow or green, then it will push in some of the points. And there we go. There's the transformation boon, which is exactly what I wanted. Right there, it is gray, so down below it says this is a potential trait in that kind of purple text, and so we have to kind of fill up that yellow bar to actually get that as an active boon. So just continue. Oh, I should have used a nicer boon compound, but well, no, we're not missing that much. And so there's a crazy number of different items that you can use to do all sorts of different things, like this fate paste will ensure that these sliders land more favorably. There's a protection paste that will help you to use your stability, which is kind of like the durability of the crafting process. If your stability reaches 0, then the item breaks and the forging fails. There's other things that will help you manage your vigor, which are kind of like crafting points. They allow you to use the fancier items. And yeah, it's just a really crazy system that can make some really crazy things. So you could literally open up a shop that all you do is you go out and buy other people's tools, forge them, and resell them for a profit. Potentially. It's a theory. I haven't tried it out myself, but not everybody enjoys delving into the forging process. So let's see here. It's nothing too special so far, as I'm not going an advanced builder, but it's more themed build than all the details. So apparently I missed some. Let's see here. If you're not busy, would you be interested in seeing my build? I've been doing it for about 3 weeks by myself and have, wow, nice, 409 plots total. But as I'm a low level, getting the right blocks I need is a struggle. So yeah, I'll go check that out. Yeah, so Cantos, it's a bit overwhelming at first, but like I said, it's just a matter of using it and getting used to the system. Let's see here. So we have a potential quirk over here, but we're not going to get anywhere close to getting that. But should be, unless we miss or something, this should power up this boon. And there we go. So now we have a transformation boon on here. We could put on some different gums to target different effects. Like we can make this chisel last longer. We can make it work faster. What's some other cool things you can do with a chisel? Yeah, the extra durability would probably be about the best thing, unless you want it to be like to glow in the dark or be a flashlight. You could also turn it into a loot magnet like I was talking about before, but since we got the transformation boon and that's all we really wanted, we can just use a setting resin, which sets the forge, and then you'll hop over here to the queue and wait a few minutes, or 19 minutes, and then we'll have our changing chisel right there. So Yes, so somebody was asking, let's see here, Reben? Jiivita on the test servers, are the craft times the same as live? So it's the same set of rules across both the testing and live servers. So all the crafting times are the same, the prestige is the same, the only difference is that you can give yourself materials. So, so there we go. Let's see here, I think I should have a changing chisel. Here we go. So here's a changing chisel I made a while back. It has extra durability. Oh, it even acts like a flashlight. That was probably an accident. There is a fair amount of RNG involved with the forge, so even though I was using those gums to help target what I wanted, each category might have multiple boons, or there's still a small chance you might get an unrelated boon. So, but we can plop this, or actually there was one. That's just a plain one. So yeah, I kind of give an example of, so this is what, not metamorphic, igneous brick. I can change that to sedimentary brick, metamorphic brick, and then back to igneous. Same with the wood, that's ancient wood, twisted, and then back to lustrous. And so not everything can be changed, like this gleam. There's nothing else this gleam can be changed into. But certainly like, oh, this is kind of a boring floor. Let's mix in some... There we go. Now we have a nice little extra detail. The colors still match, but it's not quite so boring. Maybe we could add in some lines of metamorphic. Yeah, that'd actually look better if the grain was going this way. So we could actually break this metamorphic brick out and place it so that the lines would go that way. It should, yeah. So, very nice. Just kind of adds a little bit of extra detail. You could also just pull out a chisel. That's another thing, the chiseling system in this game is just bonkers. So this is a bevel chisel. And so you can actually shape blocks into various types of slopes. You can, well, there's slope chisels, bevel chisels, and then square chisels. Square chisels are kind of used to make stairs. This is an example of a slope chisel right here. Let's see here, this crystal up above, let's get a better view of it, is made, I think, exclusively with the bevel chisel. And the bevel chisel is kind of in between the square and slope. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Grapple to the rescue! So, yeah. These are whole blocks that I kind of chiseled into this wire. The crystal itself is, of course, chiseled. And I'm in the process of remodeling. And so this crystal is actually going to get sunken down. I'm going to flood this whole area and have water pour out of the crystal and down into my spark generators below for no particular reason, just because it looks cool. But let's see here, it's 19M every time. Can you get the timer to be longer than that? 19... Oh, for the forging, like 19 minutes. So the how long it takes for the forge to set basically depends on the power. So I think it maxes out around basically an hour if you have like a really, really highly forged item. And if there's hardly anything forged onto it, like it's really weak, then it only takes like 1 or 2 minutes. So... And, oh, perfect. I made a video on kind of like a chiseling tutorial, and this is the remnants of that video. So here's like literally every single shape that's possible to be chiseled, at least in like a single block. And so this is all the slope, all the slopes that the slope chisel can produce. Here's the handiwork of the bevel. So as you can see, it's like it's still a slope, but it does, instead of cutting all the way through or cutting the block in half, it just kind of takes the corners off. And as you can see here, it's kind of mirroring a slope and a half block. So if we do like the square chisel, it can make half blocks, quarter blocks. Where'd they go? Here we go. So here's a half block. We could also make it standing up, and so that's kind of what I mean by the bevel and is a go-between between slope and square. So, and chiseling is a whole nother, like you could just make the entire game out of chiseling, because as you can see, you could do really crazy things with it, like made this huge gear, put a chain on it, but then to wrap your head around all the different things of like, okay, I know what I want to make, but then how do I actually go about doing that? Can take a little bit to kind of wrap your head around, and be a skill that you can even market to other players, like, oh, I'll come like chisel your build for you for a price or something. So pretty awesome. So, any other questions? I mean, as far as weapons, we have sling bows, that's our ranged option. We also have bombs, and let's see here. Yeah, that's pretty much it for weapons. There's been talk of lances in the past as like a melee weapon. It just hasn't quite happened just yet. I guess it's not as high on the priority list as some other things. Just recently got the guild system, the interplanetary chat, which is basically cross-server chat, and a whole bunch of other goodies. But let's see here. Let's hop back over to my main character. Somebody was talking about checking out a build. That would, yeah, Liam Turner. So yeah, it doesn't. If you want to tell me how to get to your builds, you know, I'll be happy to check it out. It doesn't look like you've really given me any hints on where to find it, though. So. Okay, so Reben, that actually is a very good reminder. So he was saying, or I guess it could be a she, kind of hoping for a crafting buff guild machine. So that would be interesting. Maybe like what, reduced craft times or reduced spark or something like that. They do have intentions of adding more guild buffs, but they want to kind of play it slow and safe, because there needs to be, they don't want to unbalance the game, basically. So they're going to be slowly introducing more guild buffs over the next several patches, and doing their best to make sure everything stays balanced. So there will be more eventually. We have no clue what they're actually going to be, but there will be more to come. So Arius is asking how to make a guild. So you will need a guild control, which is this book right here. And how to craft it. Actually, here we go. This character can craft. Okay, so it's pretty simple to make. The most complicated thing is you'll need ancient tech components, but just some stone, base metal, tech remnants, tech components. Not hard to craft at all. I guess you would, have to go to a tier 3 world at least. But once you have a guild control, just plop it down anywhere, interact with it, and you have now the option to create a new guild, or you can align this book with any pre-existing guilds you are already a member of. So like I'm part of the Portal Seekers, I could actually align this guild control to the Portal Seeker guild, and I guess I'll go ahead and do that. And now if I had the permissions, I could manage the Portal Seeker guild from the convenience of my base. So that's a very good thing to note, is that the guild is not tied to any one particular book. I could break the book, the guild still exists, I would only have to place down another book and then align it to that guild to be able to manage it. So like I have a guild that my base is associated with, and now it has no guild control because I just broke the one I have. So is it So Aurelian, I want to say Aurelian, but is asking, is it useful entering a guild? So what I was going over earlier is that once you join a guild, and if you're a part of a guild, you always have a primary guild, and you can think of this kind of like your home beacon. So just the way you always have a home beacon, or you have one home beacon, you can have one primary guild. And for every 100 experience that you gain, you will earn that guild one endeavor, and the endeavor is then used to power guild buffs, which do cool things like increase your grapple range and run speed, or gives you resistance to lava, or reduces the defeat penalty or the death penalty. What's the other one? Oh, block placement speed increase, as well as making your chisels last longer. And as I was just saying moments ago, they're going to be adding many more guild buffs than just that. So currently there's 4 guild buffs. So not only, joining a guild for the guild buffs, but it also has the communication perks of then you have that guild channel that goes across all of the servers. So can talk to everybody that's inside the guild, collaborate. And you can set beacons to be controlled by the guild, which is kind of like community space. And yeah, it just facilitates community-ness, collaborating with your fellow players. So it's not, required, but certainly if you want those guild buffs to make your life a little bit easier, then it would behoove you to join a guild. But, I hope that, yeah, okay, you said thanks, so I'm assuming you found that helpful. Yeah, Damage is saying rip solo players. So, I mean, the guild buffs are nice. Certainly that grapple range is really nice, but the other ones are not like, mandatory. I could live without them, although the lava protection sounds really handy for miners. But let's see here, Liam. Okay, so when you're ready, I'm under the Little Japan portal at Ultima Hub, and my name is Celebborn, something like that. Celebborn. Okay. You were here earlier, weren't you? And I have a portal between... Okay, so I'll meet you there shortly. Oh, there's Dave Z. Oh, perfect. I have fist weapons for you. So these are some fist weapons. Oh yeah, that's another weapon I completely forgot about. We have fist weapons. They are like a backer exclusive, so if you don't have like the digital deluxe edition, then you won't be able to craft these, but you can trade for them. So I could put these up on a shop stand and sell these to other players. But these have extra damage, extra range, so you can reach farther with these, as well as extra durability. So... But let's see here. Yeah, let's go ahead, trade, send trade request. Okay, so Arius, oh. Try this again. Actually, I often find it's easier just to throw it at them. There we go. So Arius was asking if we could go over the guild buffs just so we can get them down. So the first one, or not that they're in any particular order, but being buggy, yeah. Let's come over here. Ooh, can this character... Yeah, I don't have machine crafting on this character, but there's 4 buffs. There's the grapple and run speed. So that gives you a maximum of 25 extra meters for grapples, as well as 0.6 meters per second run and walk speed sort of thing, which makes a bigger difference than you might think. The next buff is the Builder's buff, and that increases the durability or reduces the wear and tear on chisels, as well as increase the block placement speed. So the maximum block placement speed is 50%, as well as the durability wear reduction is also 50%. So your chisels will wear out 50% slower, or last twice as long, however you want to look at that. The next one is the lava protection buff, and which does exactly like what it sounds. It protects you from lava, and the maximum strength of that is 75%. And what is... Did we already go over all four? There should be another one. Oh, the defeat insurance buff, which reduces the defeat penalty. And that is by up to 50%. So if you had the skill for it as well, yeah. Oh, so with the guild buff and the defeat penalty epic, you could essentially remove the defeat penalty altogether. That would be a good thing to test, because that could either be like additive, so 50 plus 50 equals 100%, or it could be like multiplicative, so 50 times another 50, and so it like brings it down to a quarter, if that makes sense. my brain is failing to work, so that would be an interesting thing to test out. Okay, gotta make my Crafter City guild now. Thanks for all the help. Oh, no problem. So yeah, let's go check out, head over to Little Japan and check out this guy's build, because... Ooh, I'm sorry, but I gotta clean out my inventory. That's a little crazy. Let's see, yeah, I got like random, the guild thing and building materials, so... kind of, I don't know why I have a random gold fist in my inventory, but that's okay. Oh, let's get rid of the dirt. Yeah, apologize, or not really apologize, but just as quick explanation is my inventory system is kind of the organized chaos model. I just kind of throw things places, but I try to throw the same places in the same places each time. That probably makes very little sense, but like I throw all my coal in my compactor because that's what I'm going to do with it. I can put the guild control with my household items, but then I don't worry about making everything nice and pretty. It's kind of random building materials over here. See here, gravel and rock. Tallow can go over here. Doesn't help that I'm in the process of like completely remodeling everything. We can keep the regeneration bombs, I suppose. Get rid of the rock though. Let's see here. Oh, how's it going, Phantom? Hey, Jiivita, what are the new blocks? Just tuned in. So, unfortunately, you missed the part where we were on the testing servers, and I was like showing off a building that I made out of the new blocks. But there's, what's here, marble, mosaic, decorative wicker, as well as decorative gravel. And I don't have any to show off on the live servers because, well, I'm still in the process of crafting this stuff. But let's see here. Yeah, it's made in the refinery. This character is not going to be able to see it because he's not a crafter, but they look really... Ooh, I can see the decorative wicker, but that certainly doesn't do it any justice. But it does require this super enriched bonding agent, which is kind of... It's not that big of a deal. It does use shadow orbs, which there's not a whole lot of use for shadow orbs, so that's no big deal. But it does take an excessive amount of whatchamajigger, ancient vital essence from fossils. Like a mass craft uses 2,162 or some random number like that. And yeah, I guess we're good. I don't mind the regeneration bombs. So, but we're getting ready to go check out, what was it, Liam's build. because we've kind of gone over just about all of the changes like 2 or 3 times, I think. So let's see here. Here we go. Ultima Guild HQ. Lore-wise, in Lord of the Rings, the city I'm making is called Karis Galandon, something like that, which is the sub-name for the city. It translates from Elven to City of Trees. Ooh, City of Trees, I like the sound of that. Something along them lines. Okay. Oh yeah, so there we go, right over here. Oh yeah, I'm in the portal chat still. Or the, yeah, portal seekers. Oh. It is Crater City, not Crafter, like a hole in the ground. Oh, excuse me, sorry. Where'd he go? I looked up the chat and... Okay, here we go. Sorry, easily distractible. Ooh, Atlantis. Reds. Oh, I guess we're not there yet. There's Gillis Prime. That's kind of... my Let's Play house is not too far from there. We got Star Store. Looks like he wants us to go in here. Maybe. Oh, there he is. Nice. Little indoor tree there. Some street signs. Community place. It's fine, caused me to laugh. Yeah, I kind of get in a rush to read things, and so I'm prone to making numerous mistakes. It's a short jog. No worries. Ooh. And I've built in this ancient... I don't like, can you even call those trees? I'm not sure what they're supposed to be, but they're interesting. They're really skinny trees. Yeah, in early access there would be, was it Nashrill and Muntean 7 had... You couldn't really call them trees because there were towers of leaves. But the same general concept. Ooh, nice ship. Look at that. How do you make decorative marble? It takes, let's see here, super enriched bonding agent, refined gleam, and metamorphic or refined metamorphic stone. So, and probably needs some power and spark, I'm guessing. I don't have that part memorized. I'm surprised I have the other bits memorized. I just happened to remember for some reason. But yeah, they're a decently high-end block. At least the super enriched bonding agent is kind of high-end. The other stuff isn't that big of a deal. No, there's no new worlds just yet. So let's see here. Arius Wood was asking, are there any new planets? Okay, so we have, I guess, the inn. Very nice. A place to eat. Not exactly, I didn't see any beds, but, you know, details. Let's see, I remember the clay forest on Muntean. Oh yeah, that's right, I forgot about those. They literally, it's like they had trees, the trunks were normal, but the leaves were made out of clay. It was like, what? And which was kind of amusing on Nashrill, it was green, so it just kind of looked like, oh, there's green leaves, and I was like, no, that's dirt. Okay, so we have the traders area here. Very nice. A little covered areas to set up shop stands and whatnot. Nice. I'm loving the walkways built around the tree trunks with the buildings. Sweet. Okay, so got a little village, a little Christmas tree in the corner there. Oh, nice. So yeah, that's the decorative twisted wood right there. Decorative ancient wood. Got a little tree closet, I suppose. Be careful hanging your clothes, it might get a little sappy in there. Let's see here. Okay, we're on Airy. I didn't even realize Airy had these trees. Very nice. Let's see, here's Trior, Gillis, and Airy. Or Ari, I suppose you could pronounce it that way too. And there. Oh, he's asking thoughts, so looking great so far. So, I mean, you're off to a good start, just a little extra detail, and, you know, like you said, you're gathering up blocks, but, you know, very nice. Ooh, there's another one over here. But I'm liking the... Oh yeah, that's right, I forgot! There's now sound effects for doors. Let's see here. Okay. Had to go through my little childless moment of like opening and slamming the doors over and over. Seriously, I have more detail and working on my build, but thank you for seeing. Oh, no problem. Anytime. I always like seeing new builds. Ooh. How am I supposed to get to that the natural way? It looks like there's like a ramp or... Oh, thought I was going to make that. Is this kind of... No, it doesn't... I guess we can just grapple up there and... Kind of the easier way. Oh! Right. Naturally. Okay, I see. I was like looking at the underside of the ramp. So very nice. Kind of working your way up into the canopy. Ooh, nice bit of chiseling there. Let's see here. We made a cool spark system that no one can break. By walking in on Crater City lower levels if anyone wants to take the idea. Huh. Spark system? I mean, how would you... I'm not sure how you would break the spark system to begin with, but... Oh, power! So it's like, yeah, that makes a lot more sense if you're talking about spark. Oh no! Kind of like... walked off that ledge a little too fast and it kind of ramped me off the other side. Oh sweet, so it goes all the way up into the canopy. Very nice. Let's see here, we get a bird's eye view of everything. Oh. Okay, we got a safe spot underneath our legs. Nice, look at all the snow. So very nice. I mean, I know it's supposed to be like elven in origin, but it kind of reminds me of like an Ewok village from Star Wars as well. Kind of the same basic concept, but I guess they would have a lot, you know, more primitive looking buildings as well as shorter, because, you know, they're kind of small. But oh, lime watchtowers. Okay. Oh, okay, there'll be a viewing platform when it's finished. Very nice. So, let's see here. Oh, Crafter City, okay. How would I get to Crafter City, Arius? Ooh, this one has windows. Still kind of getting over a bit of a cold, so kind of muting the microphone every once in a while to cough. If you're wondering why, all of a sudden it's like, wow, he's like talks nonstop, and then all of a sudden is quiet. Let's see here. Oh, okay. So Liam also have a giant tree that's called the Crooked Tree. Okay, where's that one at? Let's see here. Where'd he go? Oh, here we go. Portal Seekers by Castle top level on Batulia. Okay. Let's see here. Have I already been to Crafter City? Because that sounds like awfully familiar directions. That's an interesting zone name. Let's see here, the Crooked Village. Oh, wow, okay. Try to be polite and close. Oh, that one's locked. Okay, sorry, I tried to close it. Oh, wow, okay. That is one big tree. So let's see here. That's what is that reminding me of? Like either a druid or an int, maybe? I mean, it's obviously got a face and some arms there. Okay, it's got like almost pincher-like hands. That's pretty cool. So very nice. Oh, is it Treebeard? Ah, that's my guess. Treebeard. I mean, I already said int, but you know. He does have a tree, and he's made out of tree bits, or he does have a beard, excuse me. I think I said he does have a tree. Maybe it goes to Serpent Serenity and on lower levels. Okay. When it comes to console, I started in YH, it's an int. Okay. Nice. Kind of looks like Yoda. Yeah. A little bit, I suppose, yeah. Very nice. Got some kind of crazy chisel work going on here. Oh yeah, I guess it's kind of the lower parts of the int. Or is it, well, it kind of looks like it could be like gnarled roots too. Nice. Oh, that was weird. Oh, okay. I think I tried to open the door the same time he opened up the door. So let's see here. The Portal Seeker Batulia hub by the castle. What was that? Castle Black or I don't know. So I have to. I mean, we came from over there. Can I reach over there? Guess not. I'll try anyway. Maybe me. Nah. Close and yet so far away. Oh, if it's on Serpent Serenity, yeah, I might actually know the town you're talking about. And it like had locked doors or something. I was like, I know a way in. Kind of a little bit of breaking and entering, but I was out in the middle of nowhere and wanted to use the portal. Let's see, where are the portals? They're over here somewhere. There we go. Star Store. I guess they're back over here. Oh, are they upstairs? Okay. Pretty sure the grappling hook is the game's main feature. It's certainly one of my favorites. Yeah, I'm trying to think is like, is there something else that I could say is my favorite feature, but grapples is a pretty safe bet. I'm sure later I'll think of something else that... I mean, portals, I don't know. Portals are pretty high up there, but, you know, grapples are pretty amazing too. Let's see here. Oh, okay, so there's Castle Black, or the Dark Tower, or... I always forget the name for some reason. Yeah. Yeah, I can't, I mean, can you imagine Boundless without portals? I mean, that's just like, you know, it's kind of one of those features that you have a tendency to take for granted, I think. Because it's like, you get the portal networks going and you're, you know, well, I don't know, I do a lot to maintain them, or at least fuel them, but a lot of players don't necessarily have to worry about fueling a network that connects the entire galaxy together, so... you know, it's like, oh, that's just how I get from point A to point B. You know, nothing special about that except, you know, it's a pretty amazing feature that, you know, you just look at it and it's like, that's a whole different server. Well, this one isn't a different server, but to be able to see everything going on over there in real time and just instantly be there and, you know, crazy. Oh yeah, so what am I looking for? I'm at the castle, Portal Seeker's top level on Betulia. Okay, so... Oh, well, no, that's Castle Black. We're looking for Crafter City. There we go. Okay, so here's Crafter City. Oh! Is this the one I'm thinking of? Maybe? Seems like I helped somebody with a Portal Seeker portal, or, well, renaming the sign for the portal. I wish portals loaded as quickly as they used to. Oh, yeah, that's, you know, they messed around with it so that portals wouldn't needlessly start loading. But yeah, that does seem to slow them down a tad bit. But then again, I don't know, it's like it'd be nice if they loaded a bit faster, but then again, the performance gains, it's hard to turn that down. You know, especially if you're in an area that's just completely bogged down with portals like everywhere. Am I in the right spot? Oh, Crater. Why do I keep calling it Crafter City? Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. Crafter City, Crater City. Let's see here, but I understand it's a, yeah, performance instrument. So before you never had to wait before entering a portal. That also has a little bit to do with your chunk cache as well. So if you have the portal already cached, then naturally it opens faster. Like the portals that I use on a regular basis, like I can just run through them like they're not even there. Hunting grounds. Ooh. Oh, it's a sideways portal. Obviously, yeah, they did not open this portal from this side. They could have oriented this portal east to west if they had opened from this side. So we'll have to kind of like slip in. Oh, now I'm on the wrong side. Not the most usable portal. There we go. Let's see here. Okay, so he's redoing the tower outside. Let's see here. I don't see anybody in the immediate area, so I feel like I'm running around in the utility spaces. Like, whoa, look at all of this storage. Yeah. Okay, so there's not portals, players way over there. Let's see here. Where's the portal that goes back to the little shop that we're in? Maybe up here. Oh, no, it's a little bit below, it looks like. Oh, is this where I just came from? Yeah, okay. Where is this portal? It's up a little bit. Oh, here we go. Here's some stairs. Aha! Found that portal. Okay, there we go. Now we're seeing some stuff. And, yeah, I guess I just remember he was actually talking about his power coil setup. Of course, I was right there and wasn't actually looking at it, so... passes the grapple test. I can swing around like a lunatic ape. Okay. Very nice. Got these cool bridges. Okay, so this is completely built inside of one of the monster craters that's here. That's pretty cool. Pretty interesting, like kind of like a pillar fence type thing. Kind of reminds me like the primitive fences that you make like just hammering a bunch of sticks into the ground, except, you know, this is the stone equivalent, I suppose. So yeah, let's go check out the power coil design, since I completely forgot the whole reason why we were coming here. Oh, there we go. That's funny. I was like, and how did we get down again? And as I just fall into it. So I have to ask, do you get lost here? Because there's like so many nooks and crannies, and oh, okay, so I guess if I had noticed that... Actually, I think I did notice it. I just didn't think to go up there. I guess being the builder. Okay. Nice. I see what you've done. So you just have like one... Yeah, it's just one block sticking up, and then you have all this storage around it. Nice. You even have like a little doorway to another one. And then so all of the coils are actually down below. Very nice. Yeah, I kind of have a... You know, I like having a lot of storage next to my machines. I just went about it kind of a different thing. Like I have, you know, two machines kind of stacked, and then there'll be like a cubby of storage. But then it has the problem of like, well, now my workbench and compactors have to kind of share storage. So this has the nice added benefit of each machine having its own little cubby for just its materials. So very nice. Of course, you can excuse me, come down here and repair everything. And so all you would have to do is really secure this room, and then nobody could come in and, like, you know, electrocute themselves, basically. Which would also tear up your power coil. Somebody was telling me, where did I hear that? Might have been on the forums. But you can actually repair other people's machines. I never knew that. So, learn something new every day. But, okay. Oh wow, it's already been 2.5 hours? Well, actually, 2 hours and 40 minutes. So, yeah, I mean, any last requests? I usually, you know, you're familiar with my streams, I just kind of let the wind blow me, or rather the comments blow me around. And let's see here. Liam, I'm off now, going to play Dungeons and Dragons. Oh, very nice. Thanks again, Jiivita, for seeing my place. Hope you get to see it when I've progressed my skills and finished the build. So yeah, look forward to it. Can you go over and in detail the new guild system? Just kidding. Oh, well, you know, if you really wanted to see it, I could. But Let's see here. How do I... Oh yeah, kind of go up. Let's... Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna do some more videos on it. Kind of maybe break it up. I don't know why I always want to go into that room. But break it down into more bite-sized chunks of kind of explaining kind of like a guild crash course, and then maybe guild buff crash course, and so on and so forth. So, but I think we'll go ahead and call it here. I mean, I did ask like any last requests. I don't even think I got through my explanation of I usually just kind of, you know, let people ask questions, and that ends up being the stream. Sometimes we go look at buildings, and this time we went over the changes in the new release, and I don't know, we saw a few buildings, you know, well, a couple to be more exact. So, okay, we're back on Betulia. Let's see what this one... It's a purple building! Okay, not a whole lot to really see, but still, nice colors. Arius Wood said, thanks, so no problem. My only request would be to stop streaming. Oh, don't stop streaming. Okay, I was like, wait, what? No matter what you're doing, I think we all enjoy your content. Aw, that's very sweet. Yeah, I sometimes feel bad, at least for the live streams. It's like, I started off and I would try to have like, oh, I'm going to do this, this, and this. And then next thing I know, it turned into a big, long kind of questions and answers type video. It was like, okay, I don't think I need to worry about or fuss so much about having a plan, basically, because explanation point uptime. Oh, if you're trying to do like a bot command, I guess I don't have any bots. So, oh, okay, gonna expand the shop. Very nice. But see, yeah, okay, we're essentially home here. So, oh, here we go. So yeah, still got a lot of work to do on this place, but okay, I think we'll go ahead and call it here. It didn't really, I mean, other than to not stop streaming, which would be nice if I could continue streaming, but I also have some other work that needs to get done as far as YouTube stuff, so, but oh, Brian S., I missed the first hour, so I'm just, oh, greedy, still gotta get back and watch it. So, yeah, I mean, the first, you know, majority of the video was looking at all the new stuff. And I think we just about covered everything, except for, like, all the really nitty-gritties. Like, there's, like, it felt like a mile-long list of bug fixes and engine optimizations and all sorts of, you know, the polish, you know, basically. But we are selling cheap pies if anybody watching needs some. Okay, very nice. Let's see, how are my pies doing? Okay, yeah, I do pretty good. You know, 50 persisting, 62 teaching. I could probably use more shielding pies, but I'm not able to go as hunting as often as I once was able to, so I don't burn through them quite as fast. I don't even know. Oh, that probably came from the winter event. The snow meteors were throwing so many just random food items at me. Let's see here. By the way, you can use portals to spy on your friends. I mean, check up on them. So, but yeah. So this was Jiivita. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more like this, and if there's anything you didn't like, be sure to let me know down below. Also, if you like my channel and want to get cool perks, check out Patreon page. Until next time, peace.
Aye, aye.